I ordered the brackets that go underneath the center console that hold it in. There's a Y bracket and a little other one over here, or vice versa. And I ordered a new radio and shift surround, one that has the boot and the bracket and has the door to cover the radio. What else did I order? An e-brake boot. It'd be nice to find better door cards, but it's not bad. Dash, no cracks, looks nice and tidy. Getting a new windshield in like a week or two. This one's got cracks all over there, it's all messed up. Oh yeah, there's a section of exhaust that has to be welded up. That's it. Delsol, whatever. It's coming back to life. And yeah, we're gonna sell it, but it doesn't mean I don't like it. This is cool. It's a rad little car. If I had the money, yeah, I'd keep all of them. But if I keep it, it makes it a lot tougher to move on to the next one. Like, I love the build. So, I mean, my happiness is in the build, not in the custodianship. But I want this to go to somebody who actually gives a crap about it. It's a cool car.
One eternity later.
So the glass came in, and I think I found a muffler shop right beside the glass shop to get the glass fixed. So we're gonna get this thing sorted out today. So I'm in the Delsol waiting for Joel. You can't see him, he's behind the black car. He got pulled over in his BRZ, probably because it has side window tint, which he didn't do. It was on the car when he bought it, but that sucks. I was hoping he'd get off with a warning, but it seems unlikely. On the bright side, I've been idling here for about 15 minutes and holds temperature, super happy, idle's nice. Some things got to be adjusted and tweaked, but it's pretty solid. So far, quite happy with the car. So all the glass is getting done. We are just gonna take the BRZ in the garage and we're gonna do an oil change on it and check out a couple of things. Get the daytime running lights wired in so they run alone. And I'm also gonna wire up the harness for the Delsol, so the radio will just be a straight plug-in. Okay, so here I am at this cheap basic radio. It's Bluetooth for the Delsol. Pretty standard harness, plugs into it. Universal color coding, bog normal stuff. Got this SOSH adapter, which will just plug right into the factory Honda radio of the 90s, or mid-90s. Yeah, put a heat shrink on. And I always buy these ferrules without insulation, so they're nice and compact. And then when you're done, you just put the heat shrink over, shrink it, and it's not this big chunky lump in the cable. It's pretty tidy. Joel's over there ripping oh, you can see him. He's in there. He's ripping the tint off the window. So luckily earlier, Joel only got a warning for the window tint, but he has to rip it off and then go to the police station and show them. So that's in progress right now. Luckily it's new tint, so it's coming off nice and easy, not leaving any residue at all. It's actually come off better if you can get the window to go all the way up. But anyway, it's working perfectly. So yeah, he's got pulled over this morning. So yay, one window done. Don't forget this guy. Right. You could leave that, but it looks kind of weird if you don't take it off. I mean, it's Vancouver. It's not even that sunny here. I don't think you really need side window tint unless you want to have a dark car and look all cool. And I bought these. I know they're garbage cheap. It's kind of being a bit of a trend buying garbage. I don't know why. They work good for ECU pins, harness pins, but I was trying to use this part here to crimp the ferrules, but it's just too far from the pivot to actually really give any like real force on it. So I'm just back to the old dinosaur way of doing things, which is these old Canadian Tire pieces of junk. I can't believe that came off so nice and easy. It's like, oh my god. I'm actually gonna have a good. Yeah. It's like you're like, oh, I'm actually gonna have a good day today.
Yeah, I might get more than that done.
Yeah, I don't have much of an affinity for tint, that's for sure.
Especially in Vancouver, where light is your friend.
Yeah.
You're like, I need more light, not less light.
Yeah, I think like if you have like an 80s American car, they kind of need tint.
Yeah.
Like if you got like a Grand National or a Trans Am, no hate on the tint. But on Japanese cars, I don't know. I just don't really see it, or German ones either.
You a cowboy. What did he mean? What are you?
So I never know when Nathan's serious or not. He's like chuckling, and I'm like, wait, is that a joke? No, it's not a joke. But yeah, driving the Delsol just reminds me how clapped out old Hondas get. It's just like, oh my god.
Well, that was going to be my question was, do you think it's because you're now used to sort of more modern, less junky cars, or...
I'm asking myself that same question. I'm like, yeah, what side of the fence am I on here? I don't really know if it's me or the car. It's definitely me. I've gone soft. I actually like this song until Yoko starts singing. It's just like, god damn Yoko. You ruined everything. Yoko didn't exist, he'd still be alive. Luckily they're all universal, so color codes all go together. Use nice little heat shrink and those insulated non-insulated ferrules. So here you go. It's your harness adapter. This is for the dimmer. This radio doesn't use that. That's it. You just take it. Got your radio. Done. And done. I mean, there's no amplifier. I mean, there's a little amplifier in here, but like little. It's not like a serious stereo system. It's just basic, but that's all you need. Anyway, so there you go. I can just get the Delsol back from the glass shop. I can literally just like grab this, shove it in, plug in the radio antenna, and plug that into the harness, and that's it.
Okay, so I didn't know that they made different quality windshields.
Yeah, they do.
So that's interesting.
There's cheap glass and there's good glass.
And you're like, no, try PPG. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, PPG used to always sponsor race cars, so you always see PPG on race cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one heat gun won't do.
Just do. So we decided to remove the rear tint because as tint gets older, it only gets harder and harder to remove from the glass. And the rear having a rear defroster, you know, the older it is, the more likely it is to damage the rear defroster. Also, I'm really surprised that earlier Joel got pulled over and not me. It just baffles the mind. Very different, right? I love this so much more now.
Yeah.
I got because here I can see the seats, I can see the shifter and the boot and the console, and I'm like, yeah, this is a car.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was kind of like opaque.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's kind of a solid.
It wasn't a good color either. It's kind of like a greeny gray, you know?
Yeah, like it's good quality stuff. Like it's definitely very
Got a good foil layer in it.
Yeah.
You know,
it would definitely reflect a lot of light.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I really want to do eventually is put a high mount. Right?
Yeah, because that
just get this out of my vision.
cuts your vision so much.
And I'd also like to make it like the neon rope light, that diffused look, rather than individual LEDs you always see on brake lights.
Just like a little beam.
And I figure, I don't know, does it need to be just that wide too?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be anything hardly.
I'm wondering if I could repurpose that. I just take that off. Not to that. I'm gonna figure out something. There's some companies that make something, but they're not really for this. So, you know.
I'm sure you can just make 3D print something. Just
Yeah.
figure that out. It's another thing to learn, right?
Yeah, well, I would love to have a scanner, printer, right?
Well, I've heard from other people though that the scanner can be handy, but quite often it's just not necessary.
Well, so many people fab without it, or have been, you know, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all evaporating, getting it warm. This is like our Christmas gift to ourselves.
Yeah,
Just
I
get
want
in,
black
and
trim.
all of a sudden you're like, oh, yeah.
I can see the world again.
Yeah.
It feels isolated.
Now do a 3/4 check. I'm no longer driving a cube truck.